12.3 box and whisker plots. So remember, when we're doing a box and whisker plot, first, let's put our numbers in order. Okay. Second, once you put your numbers in order, you can go ahead and find the median. Remember, if there's an odd number of numbers, there'll be one in the middle. If there's two numbers in the middle, then you have to find what's called a Hwk median, which is adding the two in the middle together and dividing by 2. Next step, third step, so the step 1, step 2, step 3. Once you find the median, then you need to find the median of the lower half of the data. And step 4, find the median of the upper half of the data. Step 5, you should have the lower extreme, which is the smallest value. Six, you should have the upper extreme, which is the largest value. So if you look, these are your 5 points, okay? And once you do that, then you need to make a number line and plot it. So let's start, you're doing 1 through 10 all. So the first question, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna put these numbers in order, starting with 8, looks like 14, then 20, then 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 35, 36, and 42. And then what I usually do is I go back and I count to make sure that I have them all. So let's see. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 numbers. Go back 1, 2, 11 numbers. So I know I have them all. So then I start making my points. So I know that this one is going to be a point, and that's called my lower extreme. So that's that one. This one is going to be my upper extreme right there. Then I'll want to find my median. So I know there's 11 numbers. That means there's 1 in the middle. So I would do 11 numbers minus 1. I have 10. I'm going to divide that in half. So I cut it. And I know I'm going to count 5 numbers in from each side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. There's my middle number, 30. So that's my median. So that's another point. Now, I'm not going to use it. That's why I circled it. I always circle my median because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to look at my lower half of my data, and I'm going to find the median, which is right there, which that's my lower quartile. And then I'm going to look at my upper half of my data, and that's my upper quartile. So now all I need now is a number line. So I'm going to make my number line this. I'm going to decide how I want to increment it, knowing it goes from 8 to 42. I should probably maybe go by 5s, starting at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, let's extend it, 40, I need to go to at least 45 because I have a 42, okay? You could go by 10s, but then it would be harder to graph. The thing about a box and whisker is that you're never going to know the exact numbers if you don't have the data. If all you have is the box and whisker, then you don't know the exact numbers. And that's not the purpose of a box and whisker, is to give you exact numbers. It's to let you look at the variance of the data. Now, when I graph it, I can graph it above the number line or below the number line. I'm going to have to go above the number line because I kind of made it tight to this. So it doesn't matter where you go. But my first point is 8. So 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm going to put a point right here. My next point is 20 for my lower quartile, right there. That's a whisker. Then my median is at 30, right here. I know I'm going to have a line like this. and my upper quartile is 35, so right here. And then my 42 is right here, so that's another whisker. Then I'm gonna make my box. Notice the points go into the center of the line that you made that's vertical. Then you're gonna go ahead and connect. And there it is. That's your box and whisker. So what can it tell you about your data is that the majority, there's a variance between your lower quartile and your median. There's a big variance there, and less of a variance between your median and your upper quartile. Your whisker is long here, which means there's a variance between 8 and 20 that's bigger space, a bigger range, as opposed to the range between 35 and 42. So the whisker's longer if there's a bigger difference between your lower extreme and your lower quartile. And that's how you do your box and whiskers. So you're gonna go ahead and finish 2, 3, and 4, making box and whiskers and practicing. And then 5 through 10, you're answering questions about the box and whiskers, being able to read, what it means. And that's the most important part about a box and whisker, because chances are on a standardized test, you're gonna be asked questions to be able to interpret your graph. All right, so 1 through 10, all is what you're doing, and try to make it neat and organized. Look at how I use the blue lines to help me. So I wasn't like, in my box, my rectangular box is pretty straight. So don't make it, it's really important that it's accurate. It's better to use a ruler if you have one. Good luck.